Ever wondered how top companies like Google, YouTube, Instagram, or LinkedIn achieve their ambitious goals? It's not just luck, it's OKRs and KPIs. But what's the difference and how they can drive your success? So, in this video, that's what we are going to look at. And if you are an aspiring business analyst or product manager, you need to understand it. It's a must have. So OKR essentially operate at a high level. They are powerful goal setting framework. They were pioneered by Google, but nowadays they are used by every product company. Their purpose is to set and achieve high ambitious goals. So while OKR is meant to set the tone, to set the direction, KPIs help in measuring the performance of ongoing activities. For instance, if your objective is to develop and launch a great product, then your key result could be increasing engagement by 30%. And then you will use KPIs like MAU, DAU, session length, etc. to measure that. So they all work together. Now, in order to elaborate it further, we can use this PRD. So I'm using this tool which is called Prodmo, and it uses AI to generate user stories, epics, PRDs, etc. So for this purpose, I'm just entering a simple prompt. You can relate it to any food ordering app you use, whether you are in India or abroad. There are so many apps delivering food. Now, if you were working as a product manager for that app, now of course it's entire PRD and we won't go through that. But just to highlight the OKRs and KPIs and how they come together. So now if you look at this particular PRD, we have what? Three objectives here: acquire and engage users, expand network, and then, of course, something around delivery operations, which are going to be the core pillar for any business which is going to deliver food to your home. Now, if you look at these objectives, these all are qualitative in nature, none of them are quantitative. And this is something which you need to remember. Your objective will always be qualitative, something like acquire and engage users. Now, if you look at this objective, if you were to give this to your team and you are the product manager, this is something they can work towards. This is the target, this is the goal. But how do you translate that goal so that you make it more specific? And this is where key result is coming into the picture. So if you look at these key results, they are essentially putting a number, something more specific to it. So 100,000 app downloads or 30% active users. These key results are essentially expanding or translating your objective. So OKR works together. So at the highest level, you have objective, then your key results, and then you will have KPIs essentially to monitor the performance of this. So if you say that we have to get 100k downloads in 3 months, you need to have some kind of velocity, some kind of a rate at which it should move, and you need to constantly monitor it to track if you are making the progress at the right speed. For example, 100k download in 3 months, that is roughly 90 days. So now you can divide it. And if you're not moving at the right pace, it essentially means that you are not going to meet your target or the key result. So in order to track the performance, you need certain KPIs. And this is where these KPIs will come in play. So these KPIs are essentially going to help you gauge, help you evaluate if you are able to meet your key results or objective. If you have a feature, you will have KPIs at the feature level itself. So here, if you see, my feature is restaurant search and discovery, and these are my KPIs. So KPIs are always quantitative and they will reflect how you are moving or progressing towards a certain key results or target. And of course, in this particular case, these are tied to a feature, and you can use these KPIs to evaluate the performance of that particular feature. So, if your number of restaurant searches per user per week is low, you know that this particular feature is not doing well. Similarly, if restaurant profile is a feature, then you need to see average session duration on these pages, because if you create a feature for restaurant profiles and nobody's even visiting those pages, it doesn't make any sense. Remember, O at the highest level, then K, and then KPIs: objective, key results, and the KPIs.